The night Atlanta fans will never forget began with a single tear. Yandy Smith, the woman who once stood tall as the picture of loyalty and resilience, suddenly collapsed under the weight of a revelation so explosive it sent shockwaves through the entire love and hip-hop universe. Cameras caught her trembling hands clutching her face, mascara running, as she whispered the words no one thought they'd ever hear. "How could you do this to me, Mendeecees?" The world froze. This wasn't just another argument, not another tabloid rumor. This was raw pain unfolding live, a confession of betrayal that cut deeper than anyone could have imagined. For years, fans believed Yandy and Mendeecees were the couple that could weather any storm. Prison sentences, financial struggles, family feuds, through it all, they stood together. Or so it seemed. Tonight, that image shattered into pieces. Fans are shocked as whispers spread like wildfire across social media. Mendeecees had secretly tied the knot with none other than Erika Dee, the very woman who once lit up headlines for her own messy relationships. The clash of these names alone was enough to set the internet ablaze, but seeing Yandy break down in tears over it, that made the drama feel all too real. As the news hit, emotions ran high. Twitter exploded with hashtags like #YandyDeservesBetter and #MendeeceesExposed. Instagram lives buzzed with disbelief, while the fanbase split into some defending Mendeecees, others rallying behind Yandy. Even close friends of the couple were said to be divided, with insiders leaking details that turned every scroll into a new heartbreak. What started as a routine sit-down between Yandy and Mendeecees spiraled into a confrontation filled with accusations, silences, and the one bombshell no one could have predicted. Erika, the name Yandy never wanted to hear, was suddenly in the center of her marriage. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear is not just scandal, it's betrayal. It's heartbreak. And it's the unraveling of a love story fans thought would last forever. The room was heavy with silence, the kind of silence that carries weight, pressing against the chest and making every breath sharp. Yandy sat across from Mendeecees, her eyes bloodshot, her hands shaking slightly, the faint sound of her nails tapping against the wooden table filling the air. "Just tell me it isn't true," she said, her voice trembling, barely a whisper but cutting like glass. "Tell me you didn't do this to me. Tell me you didn't go behind my back and marry her." The word hung in the air like smoke, choking both of them. Mendeecees shifted uncomfortably, his eyes darting anywhere but hers. Fans are shocked because this wasn't the calm, steady man they had grown used to seeing beside her. He looked cornered, guilty, like someone whose secrets had finally been dragged into the light. "Yandy," he started, his tone soft, almost pleading. "It's not what you think." Her laugh came out broken, filled with pain. "Not what I think. People are sending me screenshots. People are sending me DMs. The whole internet is on fire. Hashtags, live videos, everybody talking about it. You think I'm crazy? You think I don't know when my whole world is collapsing in front of me?" His voice raised now, defensiveness creeping in. "I didn't want it to come out like this. I didn't want you to find out like this." She leaned forward, her tears spilling freely now. "So you admit it? You actually admit it. You stood in front of cameras. You stood in front of me. You let me fight for you. You let me protect your name. You let me hold this family down. And all along you had Erika." The name Erika made him flinch. Fans watching clips replayed that moment endlessly, zooming in on his reaction, dissecting every flicker of his face. "It wasn't supposed to happen," he said finally, his voice low. "It was a mistake, a moment that got out of hand, and before I could stop it, it was already done." Yandy pushed back from the table so fast the chair screeched against the floor. "A mistake? Marriage isn't a mistake, Mendeecees. A one-night stand is a mistake. Lying is a mistake. A marriage, that's betrayal at the deepest level. You didn't just cheat. You created a whole new life with somebody else while I was here, holding it down." Emotions ran high as her voice cracked, the sound echoing like a wound that refused to close. Cameras, insiders, even family members leaked whispers about this moment. Some said Yandy nearly fainted. Others swore she had to be held up by a friend just off camera. Across town, Erika was spotted at a lounge with friends, sipping from a glittering glass, smiling for selfies while fans flooded her comments with fire emojis and snake emojis alike. Some celebrated her boldness, others called her ruthless, heartless, the villain in a story that already felt too big to be real. Back in the room, Mendeecees stood, reaching for Yandy's arm, but she yanked away. "Don't touch me," she hissed, her eyes blazing with a fury that left no space for forgiveness. "You looked me in my face and promised we were forever. You made me look like a fool in front of the world. You let me defend you, protect you, ride for you. And you were building a whole other life with her? He tried to explain, his words stumbling over each other. It wasn't about her. It wasn't about love. It was pressure. It was business. It was. She cut him off, her voice sharp. Don't you dare insult me with that. Don't you dare stand here and act like this is some deal gone wrong. You married her. You said vows. You made commitments. You gave her something that was supposed to belong to me. The fan base was left divided. On one side, thousands of voices rallied around Yandy, declaring her strength, her heartbreak, her dignity in the face of humiliation. On the other, a smaller but loud crowd insisted Mendeecees was being misunderstood. That maybe there was more to the story. That Erika wasn't the snake she was being painted as, but a woman who had her own truth to tell. As Yandy crumbled into the corner of the room, clutching a pillow as though it were the only thing keeping her from falling apart completely, Mendeecees finally whispered, I never wanted to hurt you. I thought I could handle it. I thought I could keep it away from us, but I was wrong. She looked up at him then, her eyes swollen, her cheeks streaked with tears. And in that moment, the fans saw the exact second the foundation of their love story cracked. You didn't just hurt me, she said, her voice barely audible. You destroyed everything. Outside the house, paparazzi flashes lit up the night sky. Fans and reporters camped out for a glimpse of the fallout. Social media was relentless, dissecting every frame of leaked video. Every shaky clip uploaded by someone who claimed to be close to the family. Backstage chatter from friends like Carly Red and Spice only fueled the storm. Carly, ever the stirrer of pots, was overheard telling a group, Child, I told y'all, men don't change. He's been shady. Yandy just didn't want to see it. Spice, on the other hand, reportedly defended Yandy fiercely, snapping at anyone who dared laugh at her pain. That woman gave her whole heart. She didn't deserve this. Not like this. In living rooms across the country, fans sat glued to their screens, some crying with Yandy, others gasping at each new detail. Twitter threads stretched for miles. TikTok edits paired Yandy's tears with dramatic music. And Instagram polls asked followers to pick a side, Team Yandy or Team Erika. The pressure mounted when even family weighed in. One of Mendeecees' cousins posted a cryptic story, Blood don't mean loyalty. Sometimes the ones you love most cut the deepest. Within minutes, fans took screenshots, speculating whether it was shade at Mendeecees or sympathy for Yandy. As the night dragged on, the house grew quieter but no less tense. Yandy sat by the window now, staring out at the flashing lights, the chaos that had spilled into her private world. She muttered to herself, almost as if confessing to the night. I should have known. I should have seen the signs. The late nights, the excuses, the secrets. Her voice broke. I just didn't want to believe he'd do it to me. Mendeecees stood at a distance, his shadow cast long against the wall, silent, guilt heavy on his shoulders. He wanted to speak, but what words could fix a betrayal of this size? Then came the phone call that turned the storm into a hurricane. Erika herself went live on Instagram, sipping her drink, smirking at the comments pouring in. I don't owe anybody an explanation, she said, tossing her hair. People love to talk, but I know the truth. And the truth is, if a man chooses you, he chooses you. Period. Fans erupted. The comments scrolled faster than the eye could follow. Homewrecker. One screamed, Queen energy. Another countered, Team Yandy forever. Erika stay messy. Mendeecees played both of y'all. It was chaos. Pure digital wildfire. Back in the house, someone shoved the phone in Yandy's hands. She watched the live, her face twisting with disbelief. She's mocking me, Yandy whispered, her whole body trembling. She's laughing at my pain. And that's when it happened. In one chilling moment that fans replayed 1,000 times, Yandy collapsed to the floor, sobbing so hard it looked like her body had given up on holding itself together. She wailed, After everything I gave you, this is how you repay me. The family was left divided. Some rushed to comfort her. Others turned their anger on Mendeecees, shouting at him, demanding he leave. One cousin even yelled, You brought this snake into our lives. Now look at what you've done. And through it all, the cameras caught every second, every gasp, every tear, cementing this night as one of the most unforgettable scandals in love and hip-hop history. The night had only just begun, but already it felt like an entire world had collapsed in the middle of one living room. The cameras that were meant to capture a simple conversation now carried the weight of heartbreak, betrayal, and the unraveling of a love story fans thought was untouchable. Yandy's cries filled the air, raw and unfiltered, and Mendeecees stood frozen, unable to undo the damage. Every tear she shed became another dagger in the heart of millions watching from their screens. Because this wasn't just reality TV anymore. It was reality cracking open in real time. You stood in front of me and lied. Yandy cried, clutching the pillow to her chest, rocking back and forth. You said I was your forever. You said nothing could break us. And all along you were building vows with another woman. With Erika? How could you look me in my face every day and still do that? Mendeecees rubbed his forehead, his voice barely above a whisper. I never meant for it to get this far. I didn't want you to find out this way. This way, Yandy snapped, her voice breaking. There is no way. There is no excuse. I carried your name. I carried your kids. I carried your family on my back while you were gone. I kept the lights on when the world turned its back. I kept my head high when people laughed. And this is what you were doing behind my back. Secretly marrying Erika. The internet went wild the moment the footage leaked. Fans are shocked. Some couldn't believe it. Others said they had suspected it all along. Threads of speculation resurfaced old interviews, screenshots, grainy photos of Mendeecees spotted with Erika months ago that were dismissed at the time. The clues were always there. One fan tweeted, "We just didn't want to see it." Another wrote, "If Yandy collapses, we collapse with her." As Yandy wiped her tears, her friends Spice and Carly rushed in. Spice wrapped her arms around her, whispering, "You don't deserve this, sis. Don't you let this man break you." Carly, meanwhile, couldn't hold her tongue. "Girl, I told you. Men like him, they don't change. You thought you had a fairy tale, but look at this. Look at what he's done. Marrying Erika of all people. Chile, that's low." Mendeecees threw up his hands. "This isn't helping. This is between me and Yin. Everybody else, stay out of it." But Spice wasn't backing down. "No, this is bigger than you now. You embarrassed her in front of the world. You think fans are just gonna sit quiet. You think her family's just gonna sit quiet?" And she was right. Outside the house, cousins and relatives argued, some yelling that Mendeecees had crossed a line, others begging for calm. One aunt shouted, "He played both sides and thought nobody would find out. Shame on him," while another shook her head, saying, "Let them handle it. This is their business." The chaos didn't stop there. Erika, unfazed, kept feeding the fire on social media. She posted a cryptic story of her manicured hand holding a champagne glass, captioned, "Cheers to being chosen." The post spread like wildfire. Comments flooded in. "Erika, you messy for this. Queen energy. How could you laugh at Yandy's pain?" The divide grew deeper, with half the fans furious and half entertained by the audacity. Back at the house, Yandy turned her face toward Mendeecees, her voice quieter now but laced with venom. Was it love? His silence stretched, long enough to make the air heavy again. Finally, he said, "It wasn't supposed to be about love. It was complicated." Yandy shook her head, her tears replaced by disbelief. "Complicated? That's what you call this? You married her? You gave her a ring. You said vows. Don't stand here and reduce this to complicated. You spit on everything we built." The words hit like thunder. Fans clipped the moment, sharing it again and again with captions like "Yandy deserves an Oscar." And this is the realest heartbreak we've ever seen on screen. Emotions ran high when suddenly the doorbell rang. Everyone froze. The cameras caught the exact moment tension shifted into full-blown panic. When the door opened, there she was, Erika, standing tall in a bodycon dress, her hair laid, her eyes fierce. Gasps filled the room. Spice immediately stepped forward. "Girl, what you doing here?" Erika smirked. "I came to tell my side. Y'all not about to paint me as the villain when I didn't put a gun to his head. He chose me." Yandy lunged forward, restrained only by Spice and Carly. "Chose you. Chose you. You walked into my marriage, into my family, and you think you're the victim." Erika folded her arms. "I'm not the one crying on the floor. If he was really yours, why did he walk down the aisle with me? Maybe you should ask yourself that instead of blaming me." Fans were left stunned. Emotions ran high. The family was divided, the internet on fire. Yandy's sobs turned to anger. "You're mocking me, you're laughing at my pain, but karma is real. What starts messy ends messy." Mendeecees tried to calm the storm, shouting over both women, "Stop it, both of you, stop." But his words held no power. The women's voices drowned him out, their fury filling every corner of the room. Insiders claim production tried to cut the cameras, but the drama was too raw to contain. Someone leaked the full confrontation online, and within hours it had millions of views. "This is bigger than reality TV," one blogger wrote. "This is betrayal played out in real time." Erika's friends soon joined the fray. Safari, sitting in a nearby lounge, went live and muttered, "Man, I told y'all, Erika don't play. If she said it happened, it happened." Meanwhile, Carly fueled the flames further by posting a story captioned, "Men ain't loyal, sis." Stay strong, Yandy. The fallout spread beyond Atlanta. Radio stations debated the scandal, breakfast shows dissected the betrayal, and even gossip magazines plastered Yandy's tearful face on their covers with headlines like The Collapse of a Queen and Secret Marriage Destroys Everything. Back inside, Yandy's voice softened, broken and exhausted. Mendeecees, look at me. After everything, after all the years, the kids, the sacrifices, was I not enough? He looked at her then, really looked, his eyes full of regret. You were always enough. I was the one who wasn't. Those words cut deeper than anything else. Fans replayed them, arguing whether they were sincere or just another excuse. Some cried with Yandy, others fumed at Mendeecees, but all agreed. The love story that once inspired them had turned into a cautionary tale. And just when it seemed the night couldn't get more explosive, Erika dropped another bombshell. She pulled out her phone, scrolling quickly before holding it up. Since everybody thinks I'm lying, here's the proof. On the screen was a video of a ceremony. Mendeecees in a suit, standing beside Erika, exchanging vows under dim lights. Gasps erupted. Yandy covered her mouth, sobbing uncontrollably. Spice screamed, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" But it was too late. The footage was already circulating online, spreading across every platform faster than anyone could stop it. Outside, fans chanted, "Team Yandy," while others shouted, "Erika won." Neighbors called the police over the noise, but even officers reportedly said, "We can't stop the internet." Inside, the damage was irreversible. Yandy collapsed again, whispering, "My marriage is over." Mendeecees reached for her, but she pushed him away, screaming, "Don't you dare touch me again." And that's where the cameras cut. But the story was far from over. In the days that followed, interviews, leaks, and reactions would only make the fire burn hotter. The air was heavy with tension, a thickness that wrapped itself around every word spoken, every glance exchanged, and every tear that fell. Yandy sat frozen, staring blankly at the man she had once called her soulmate. Her voice cracked, trembling between rage and despair. "Mendeecees, how could you? How could you let me stand by you through everything, only to throw me away like I was nothing?" The silence that followed was deafening. Mendeecees lowered his head, his lips pressed tight, his hands fidgeting like he wished he could grab the words and stuff them back inside his mouth. "I never wanted this to happen, Yandy," he muttered. "I never wanted you to find out like this." Her laugh was bitter, hollow. "Not like this. There is no right way to find out my husband secretly married another woman. There is no soft landing for betrayal. You let me build my life around lies. You let me protect you, defend you, believe in you. And all the while, you were saying vows with Erika. Do you even hear yourself?" Emotions ran high. The weight of her words hung between them like a guillotine. Cameras zoomed in on her face, capturing the raw hurt spilling out of her eyes. The kind of pain that makes strangers feel like they've been cut open too. Fans are shocked, stunned into silence, then roaring across timelines with disbelief and fury. Carly Red, standing nearby, threw up her hands dramatically. "Girl, I told you these men are not to be trusted. They smile, they promise, they whisper sweet nothings, but behind closed doors, they're building castles with somebody else. Mendeecees ain't no different. And Erika, child, she's been messy since day one." Spice, holding Yandy close, glared at Mendeecees with fire in her eyes. "You broke a good woman. You broke a woman who held you down when nobody else would. How you gonna come back from that?" Mendeecees snapped, raising his voice. "Stop making it worse. This is between me and Yandy, not y'all, not the internet, not the fans." But he couldn't control it anymore. It was already bigger than him, bigger than her. The whole world had been invited into their private war, and now there was no way to shut the door. And then came the moment that changed everything. The door creaked open and Erika walked in, her heels clicking against the floor like drum beats of war. The room fell silent, every head turning, every camera shifting. She stood tall, her hair flowing, her eyes sharp, her lips curled into a smirk. "So this is what it's come to," she said, her tone dripping with sarcasm. "Everybody painting me as the villain, when I didn't do anything but accept the truth. He chose me." Yandy lunged forward, her entire body trembling with rage, restrained only by Spice and 2 crew members. "Chose you. Chose you. He had a wife. He had a family. He had me. And you were desperate enough to take scraps and call it love. You think wearing my crown makes you a queen. You're nothing but a shadow living off my pain." Erika folded her arms, unfazed. "Funny, because from where I'm standing, you're the one crying on the floor. If he was yours, he would have stayed yours. Men don't just slip into marriages by accident. Maybe instead of blaming me, you should look at why he came to me in the first place. Gasps filled the room. Fans online replayed that line again and again. Maybe instead of blaming me. It became a meme, a soundbite, a line etched into the scandal forever. Yandy's voice broke into a scream. You are laughing at my pain. You're mocking everything I gave, everything I sacrificed. I built this man from the ground up. I fought for him when the world called him a criminal. I protected his children. I protected HI's name. And now you stand here and mock me. Tears poured down her face as she collapsed to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. Spice knelt beside her, whispering, "Don't let her break you, sis. Don't let this snake win." Mendeecees rushed forward, his hands trembling as he tried to reach Yandy, but she slapped them away, screaming, "Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me again." The cameras caught everything. Fans are shocked. Emotions ran high. The family was left divided. Cousins shouted in the background, one yelling, "He ruined everything." Another screaming, "Erika, you should be ashamed," while a third muttered under their breath, "At least she's telling the truth." Outside the house, crowds of fans and paparazzi chanted, some yelling Team Yandy, while others countered with Erika won. It was chaos, spilling from screen to street. Even neighbors leaned out of windows, recording the noise on their phones, adding fuel to the digital wildfire. Then Erika pulled the ultimate trump card. She reached into her bag, pulled out her phone, and pressed play. The screen lit up with a video of her standing across from Mendeecees, dressed in white, exchanging vows under a dim canopy of lights. "See? Proof," Erika said smugly, holding the phone up like a trophy. The room erupted. Spice screamed, "Turn that off." Yandy let out a wail so piercing it made even Erika flinch for a split second. My God, it's real," Yandy sobbed, collapsing fully into Spice's arms. Fans across the world shared the clip instantly. Hashtags exploding across Twitter and Instagram. Hashtag Yandy deserves better. Hashtag Erika exposed. Hashtag Mendeecees betrayal. Reaction videos poured in. Tears, rants, threats, and prayers for Yandy flooding timelines. Mendeecees stood in the corner now, silent, destroyed by the weight of his own actions. His voice cracked finally as he whispered, "I never stopped loving you, Yandy. I made a mistake. I thought I could keep the two worlds apart. I thought I could protect you from this. But I was wrong. I was so wrong." She looked at him, eyes red, face streaked with tears, her voice shaking with fury. "Love. You don't get to use that word anymore. You don't get to tell me you love me after building vows with another woman. You destroyed me. You destroyed us. Love doesn't live here anymore." The entire room froze as she said it. Love doesn't live here anymore. The phrase echoed across social media, turning into captions, t-shirts, and even remixed into songs overnight. And yet, Erika wasn't done. She leaned closer, her smirk curling wider. "Oh, and one more thing. This marriage. It wasn't just about love. It was about power. Deals were made, promises exchanged. Mendeecees knew what he was doing. He wanted more than what you could give him. He wanted me." The revelation sent shockwaves again. Fans dissected every word, some saying Erika was lying for clout. Others insisting she revealed the real reason behind the betrayal. Yandy's body shook with rage. She screamed so loud it drowned out every other voice. "Get out of my house." Spice and Carly physically pushed Erika toward the door, her laughter trailing behind her like poison in the air. The door slammed shut, leaving only the sound of Yandy's sobs filling the broken silence. The night dragged into dawn, but there was no peace. The footage spread worldwide, turning Yandy's heartbreak into global headlines. Breakfast shows replayed it. Gossip magazines splashed it on their covers. And fans continued to argue, fight, and cry across every platform. Inside, Yandy sat by the window, staring out at the flashing cameras, the endless sea of noise. "I gave him everything," she whispered, almost to herself. "And he gave me nothing but shame." Mendeecees, sitting across the room, his eyes wet with regret, muttered, "I lost the best thing I ever had. I lost you." And for once, Yandy didn't respond. She didn't scream, she didn't cry, she just stared, her silence heavier than any words she could have spoken. The silence between them was louder than the screams that had filled the house only moments ago. The early morning light crept through the curtains, painting pale streaks across Yandy's tear-stained face. She hadn't moved from her spot near the window, her body curled in on itself, like someone trying to shield from an invisible storm. Outside, reporters were still shouting, microphones pointed toward the house, flashes popping every few seconds. "Yandy, are you leaving him? Mendeecees, is the marriage with Erika real? Erika, are you proud of destroying a family?" The noise was endless, and yet inside, everything felt hollow. Finally, Spice broke the silence, her voice gentle but firm. Sis, you can't sit here and let him watch you break. Stand up, let him see the strength he took for granted. Yandy turned slowly, her eyes locking on Mendeecees. Strength, she whispered. Strength is what got me here. Strength made me defend him when everyone said I was foolish. Strength made me raise these kids while he was away. Strength made me swallow every rumor, every whisper. And now strength feels like the thing that betrayed me, because it kept me tied to someone who was already gone. Mendeecees shifted forward, desperation bleeding into his voice. Don't say that. I know I messed up, I know I hurt you, but you gotta believe me, Yandy. I never stopped loving you. Everything I did, I thought I could control it. I thought I could keep it separate. Her eyes hardened. Separate? There is no separate when you're married. There is no double life. You don't get to have me and her. You don't get to build a house with me while writing vows with Erika. You killed the foundation. You killed the love. Emotions ran high as Spice stood between them, shaking her head. He doesn't deserve another word from you. Let him sit in his guilt. But Yandy wasn't finished. Her pain had evolved into fury now, a fire that refused to be contained. Look me in the eye, Mendeecees. Tell me, did you love her? Did you love Erika? The question cut through the air like a blade. The cameras zoomed in, the world holding its breath. He hesitated, his jaw tightening. No, it wasn't love. But Yandy wasn't convinced. She slammed her hand against the table, the sound echoing through the room. Liar. If it wasn't love, why the vows? Why the ceremony? Why the secrecy? You don't do all that for nothing. You chose her. You chose her over me. The internet exploded again as clips leaked in real time. Fans are shocked, leaving thousands of comments. He's lying. She deserves better. This is the biggest betrayal in hip-hop history. Carly, leaning against the wall with folded arms, smirked bitterly. Girl, you're wasting your breath. If a man can stand in front of another woman and promise her forever, what does that say about his promises to you? It says they were empty from the start. Yandy glared at Carly. Don't you dare stand here and act like my marriage was a joke. I fought for it. I gave my everything. Don't reduce me to some headline. For once, Carly's smirk faltered. You right, but still, you deserve better than this mess. Across the city, Erika continued to fan the flames. She went live again, her voice smooth, confident, unapologetic. Listen, people gon' talk. But the truth is, if a man steps to me, I'm not turning him away. And if he wants to marry me, that's on him. I didn't force nothing. He came to me. So y'all can hate me, y'all can drag me. But at the end of the day, he's the one who walked away from her, not me. Comments poured in. You're shameless, Team Erika all day. Yandy is the real wife. Mendeecees is trash. Her live hit 100,000 viewers in minutes, her name trending worldwide alongside Yandy's collapse. Back in the house, phones buzzed, not messages, calls, interviews requested. Even family members were dragged into the spotlight. One of Mendeecees' cousins posted a story. We tried to warn him. Loyalty ain't in everybody's blood. Fans screenshot it, spreading it like wildfire. Yandy, still seated at the window, whispered to Spice, what am I supposed to do now? The whole world has seen my humiliation. The whole world knows my husband betrayed me. How do I ever walk outside again without hearing her name? Spice squeezed her hand. You walk out with your head high. You remind them, you're still Yandy. You don't let him or her steal your crown. But before Yandy could respond, Mendeecees finally broke down. Tears streamed down his face, his voice cracking. Please, please don't leave me. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. I know I broke every promise. But you're the love of my life. You're the mother of my children. Don't let this end us. Yandy stared at him, her face unreadable. End us. You ended us the moment you said I do to another woman. You ended us the moment you gave her vows that should have belonged to me. Emotions ran high, and for the first time, Mendeecees had no response. His silence spoke louder than words, and the fans knew it. The marriage was over. And then, another twist. Erika wasn't finished. Hours later, she posted a photo of her hand resting on a table, a sparkling ring glinting under the light. The caption read, "Proof is in the details." The internet went into meltdown. That's his ring. One fan cried. He bought her the same style he gave Yandy, another pointed out. Side-by-side photos, flooded feeds, comparisons drawn, debates raging. Yandy saw the post, her body trembling. She's taunting me, she whispered. She's flaunting what she stole. Mendeecees groaned, burying his face in his hands. I never wanted it to get this far. I never wanted her to hurt you. Yandy's voice cut through him like ice. But you let her destroy me. And now I'm supposed to pick up the pieces while you hide behind excuses. Spice shook her head, looking at Mendeecees with disgust. You'll never come back from this. Not with her. Not with anybody. This stain is forever. The sun climbed higher, but the pain didn't fade. Reporters still swarmed outside. Fans still raged online. And inside that house sat a woman broken but not defeated. Yandy wiped her face, straightened her shoulders, and finally stood. I don't know what tomorrow looks like, she said quietly, her voice steady now. But I know one thing, I will never be the same woman I was yesterday. You killed her, but what's left? What's left will rise, and it won't be for you. She walked past Mendeecees, her head high, her tears drying into strength. Fans who saw the leaked footage called it the moment Yandy reclaimed herself. The moment the queen stood tall again, even in ruins. Outside, the chants grew louder, the world waiting for her to step into the spotlight. And as she opened the door, the cameras flashed brighter than ever, capturing the image of a woman who had been betrayed but not defeated, and just like that, the scandal turned from heartbreak into history. The crowd outside erupted the second Yandy stepped out, their shouts a mix of sympathy and chaos. Some screamed her name, others held up signs reading Team Yandy Forever, and Erika who microphones pushed toward her. Flashes blinded her, but she didn't falter. She stood still for a moment, the tears gone, her posture strong. The world saw a woman burned by betrayal but refusing to crumble any further. Mendeecees followed her out, but the crowd wasn't having it. Boos rained down. People shouted shame. And how could you do this to her? His face tightened with regret, but nothing he could say now would shift the tide. Reporters shouted over each other. Yandy, are you filing for divorce? Mendeecees, do you regret marrying Erika? Erika, will you respond to the backlash? And as if on cue, Erika herself appeared on a live feed, her voice amplified through countless phones. She sat on a velvet couch, sipping champagne with a smirk that could cut glass. Look, y'all can be mad at me all you want, she said, but at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. If he didn't want me, he wouldn't have stood by me. If he didn't love me, he wouldn't have married me. So instead of hating me, maybe ask him why he couldn't stay loyal. The fans were left divided. Timelines split down the middle. Some defended Erika, praising her boldness, while others tore her apart for mocking Yandy's pain. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Yandy deserves better. Hashtag Erika dirty. Hashtag Mendeecees betrayal. Inside the house, Spice scrolled through her phone, furious at the live. She don't even care about the mess she caused. She's sitting there celebrating while you're in pieces. Nah, I can't let this slide. Carly shook her head. Spice, you know Erika lives for drama. Feeding her energy is what she wants. She's already got the internet eating out of her hands. But Yandy, listening quietly, finally spoke. Her voice was steady, her gaze firm. Let her talk. Let her laugh. Because every time she opens her mouth, she shows the world exactly who she is. I don't need to fight her. My truth speaks for itself. The fans erupted online, calling it the line of the night. My truth speaks for itself. Edits, memes, and remixes flooded feeds within hours. Mendeecees, still desperate, followed her back inside. Yandy, please. I know I don't deserve another chance, but I can't lose you. I can't lose my family. Erika doesn't mean what you mean to me. She never did. Yandy turned, her expression a mix of heartbreak and rage. You already lost me. The moment you said vows to another woman, you lost me. The moment you let her mock me, laugh at me, flaunt what should have been sacred, you lost me. You don't get to come back from that. Tears welled in his eyes, but she didn't flinch. For the first time, the power shifted. The woman who had collapsed hours ago now stood unshakable, her pain turning into a shield. Spice hugged her tight. You see that? That's strength. That's the queen they tried to break but couldn't. As the night rolled into day, more leaks surfaced. Unseen footage of the supposed wedding between Erika and Mendeecees hit the internet. Grainy, shaky clips showing vows, rings exchanged, laughter under dim lights. The proof was undeniable. Fans screamed online, "It's real. He betrayed her." How could he stand there smiling while Yandy held him down? Radio hosts debated the scandal. Morning shows replayed clips. Panelists argued. Fans called in to share their heartbreak. One caller cried, "Watching Yandy collapse felt like watching my own heartbreak all over again." Another said, "Erika just exposed the truth. She didn't make him marry her." The family was left divided. Cousins unfollowed Mendeecees on social media. Siblings deleted posts. Insiders claimed even his mother told him, "You destroyed the only good thing you ever had." And yet Erika pressed on. Days later, she posted a photo of her in white, captioned, "Once a wife, always a wife. Fans went wild. Some accused her of clout chasing, others declared her the winner of the mess. But the real winner was Yandy, not because she wanted the crown, but because the world stood with her. Interviews rolled in. Brands offered her deals. Fans created hashtags celebrating her resilience. Everywhere she went, people cheered. "We love you, Yandy." Still, inside her heart, the pain lingered. Late at night she whispered to herself, "I gave him everything, and he gave me nothing but betrayal." Mendeecees, on the other hand, was seen leaving clubs alone, his face heavy with shame. Friends claimed he barely spoke, muttering, "I lost it all." And that's how the story cemented itself, not just as gossip but as legend. Fans would forever remember the night Yandy collapsed, the night Erika mocked, and the night Mendeecees destroyed his legacy. The internet declared it. This wasn't just scandal. It was the death of a love story and the birth of a queen who refused to stay broken. The days after the collapse felt like years. Atlanta itself seemed to buzz under the weight of the scandal. Every barbershop, every nail salon, every radio station replaying the moment over and over. "Did you see the way she dropped to the floor?" one caller said on air. "That wasn't acting. That was real heartbreak." Another fan replied, "Nah, she's stronger than all of them. You'll see Yandy gone turn this pain into power." Yandy hadn't left her home in 3 days. The blinds stayed closed. The phones kept buzzing. The internet only grew louder. Inside, she sat in her kitchen, sipping cold coffee, her eyes distant. Spice visited every day, her presence steady, reminding her, "They want to see you broken, but you ain't giving them that. You're a queen, remember that." Meanwhile, Erika fed the flames like it was oxygen. She uploaded a video laughing with friends, background music blasting. Captioned, "Why cry when you can celebrate?" In the clip, she twirled her glass, her friends chanting, "Two new beginnings." Fans went crazy. "She heartless," one said. "This is iconic," another wrote. Comments piled into thousands within minutes. Mendeecees tried to stay silent, but paparazzi caught him slipping into a hotel, his hood pulled low. When asked about Yandy, he muttered, "I just need time." When asked about Erika, he snapped, "Stop asking me about her." But it was too late. The image of him hiding in shame only made the internet roar louder. And then came the talk shows. Producers invited Yandy to speak, to tell her truth. At first, she refused, but pressure mounted. Finally, she agreed. The set lights glowed as she walked out, applause filling the room. She sat, took a breath, and looked into the camera. "What you saw," she began, "wasn't a storyline. It wasn't scripted. It was my real life breaking apart in front of millions. I was blindsided. I was humiliated. But I will not be defined by a man's betrayal. I will rise from this." The crowd erupted, standing on their feet. Clips of her words flooded Twitter and TikTok instantly, paired with captions like "Queen behavior" and "Yandy stronger than ever." Even celebrities reposted her segment, praising her courage. Back in Atlanta, Erika mocked the appearance with a post. "Funny how pain turns into press tours." Her shade only deepened the divide, fans dragging her for insensitivity. "You'll never be her." One comment read, "Yandy built her legacy. You're just chasing moments." But Erika wasn't done. One night, she went live again, this time with Safari by her side. "People love to paint me as the bad guy," she said. "But let's not forget he made the vows. He came to me. I didn't beg. I didn't steal. I was chosen. Blame him, not me." Safari nodded along, adding, "Facts. The man made his choice." The comments flew wild. Some agreed, some tore her apart, but all kept the scandal alive. Meanwhile, Mendeecees' family turned against him publicly. His own cousin posted, "He lost the best woman he'll ever have. Don't come to us looking for sympathy." His sister unfollowed him, later tweeting, "Loyalty ain't in his blood." Every family fracture became another headline, another reason fans declared his empire crumbling. And Yandy, she rose from the ashes. Paparazzi caught her walking into a charity event, dressed in a sleek black gown, chin high. No tears, no weakness, just quiet power. The photos went viral. The comeback of a queen. One fan wrote, "This is the woman we ride for." But behind closed doors, the wounds still bled. Late at night, she whispered to Spice, "He didn't just cheat, he stole my dignity. How do I ever get that back?" Spice replied, "You don't get it back, you build something bigger. You take this pain and you turn it into power." The real twist came when leaked court documents hit the internet. Rumors swirled that Yandy had quietly filed paperwork. Divorce coming soon. Blogs screamed. Fans argued endlessly. Some begged her to walk away. Others clung to hope for reconciliation. Mendeecees, desperate, reached out through a statement. Yandy will always be my family. I love her. I regret my mistakes. And I hope one day she'll forgive me. But the words rang hollow. The internet dragged him. He only sorry 'cause he got caught. Erika clapped back with a cryptic post, a photo of her hand holding the same ring. Captioned, "Regret looks different when the truth is exposed." The comments lit up instantly. She taunting again. Erika messy queen, this ring gonna haunt them forever. The scandal only grew when footage surfaced of Erika and Mendeecees at a dinner months earlier, laughing together while holding hands. The clip reignited everything. So it's true. Fans screamed. He was playing both sides the whole time. And then, a new twist. Yandy announced she would sit down for an exclusive documentary. "I'm telling my truth," she said in a teaser. "All of it. No edits, no scripts, just me." The teaser alone gained millions of views, fans waiting breathlessly. Erika responded immediately, announcing her own tell-all live the same night. "My side matters too," she declared. The internet split once again. Hashtags trending. Hashtag Team Yandy. Hashtag Team America. Hashtag Truth vs. Clout. On premiere night, Yandy's documentary aired first. It was raw, emotional, filled with confessions, footage of her breakdown, and unseen clips of her rebuilding herself. "I lost my husband," she said tearfully, "but I found myself." The world cried with her. Erika went live after, mocking the doc. "Cute, real cute, but let's not forget he married me." Her smugness drew fire. Fans flooding her comments with snakes and broken hearts. Mendeecees, caught between the storm, tried to call both women privately, but neither answered. Alone, isolated, he sat in hotel rooms, staring at headlines calling him the most hated man in hip-hop. The scandal had consumed everything. What began as whispers turned into a cultural earthquake. And through it all, Yandy remained the phoenix, rising stronger with every attempt to bury her. The scandal refused to die. Every time it seemed like the dust might settle, another twist blew the story wide open again. Atlanta streets buzzed with whispers. Barbershop debates lasted hours. And even preachers slipped comments into Sunday sermons about loyalty and betrayal. The names Yandy, Mendeecees, and Erika were on every tongue. Yandy tried to stay above it all. She threw herself into work, into her children, into rebuilding her image as more than just a woman scorned. One afternoon she appeared at a community event, surrounded by supporters chanting her name. Cameras caught her hugging fans, smiling bravely, telling a reporter, "I will not let betrayal define me. I will be remembered for my strength, not my pain." The crowd cheered, the clip going viral. Meanwhile, Erika doubled down, leaning into the villain role. She posted a selfie in front of a mirror, lips glossed, hair flawless, with the caption, "Unbothered." Comments exploded. "Erika, you're heartless," one fan wrote. Another gushed, "Queen of chaos, keep winning." She fed off the attention, every reaction adding fuel to her fire. Mendeecees sank deeper into shame. Sightings of him showed a man aged overnight, hood pulled low, shoulders hunched, eyes empty. Bloggers claimed he'd been locked out of family homes, friends turning their backs. "Nobody wants to be around that energy," one insider whispered. "He's toxic now. He can't escape the shadow of what he did." Then came the reunion taping. Producers knew the scandal was gold, and they brought all three into the same room. The tension was unbearable. The audience held their breath as Yandy entered first, head high, dressed in fierce red. Moments later, Erika walked out, smirking in white, her heels clicking like gunshots. Finally, Mendeecees appeared, looking torn apart, caught between two women who now defined his entire downfall. The host wasted no time. "Yandy, what was going through your mind when you found out about the marriage?" Yandy's eyes filled with tears, but her voice was steady. "I felt like my soul was ripped out of my body. I gave that man everything. I stood by him when the world walked away, and he repaid me with betrayal. There are no words strong enough for that kind of pain." Applause thundered. Fans in the crowd shouting, "We love you, Yandy." The host turned to Erika. "Erika, do you have anything to say?" She smirked. "Look, I didn't go looking for trouble. He came to me, and I'm not the type of woman to say no when a man knows what he wants. People can hate me, but at the end of the day, he married me, not her." Gasps filled the room. Boos rang out. The audience chanting, "Team Yandy, Team Yandy." Yandy shot up from her chair, pointing at Erika. "You have no shame. You sat there and laughed while my family crumbled. You knew what you were doing." Erika rolled her eyes. "Girl, please. If he really loved you, he wouldn't have married me. Don't be mad at me for his choices." Mendeecees buried his face in his hands as the women screamed over each other. The host struggled to keep control, but the damage was done. The showdown was the most explosive in the show's history. Clips hit the internet instantly, trending worldwide. Yandy versus Erika, fans tweeted, "This is bigger than TV. This is history." After the reunion, social media imploded. Memes, edits, soundbites spread like wildfire. One fan wrote, "Yandy is the wife, Erika is the side character." Another countered, "Erika told no lies. He chose her." The divide grew sharper, the fandom split like a war zone. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get wilder, another leak surfaced, documents suggesting Mendeecees had transferred assets into Erika's name. Fans lost their minds. He gave her money too. Yandy built his empire and he handed it to Erika. The betrayal felt bottomless. Yandy, upon hearing the news, slammed her phone down, whispering, "He didn't just betray me, he robbed me." Spice held her as she shook, her fury boiling. "He gon' regret this for the rest of his life," Spice vowed. Mendeecees tried to explain in a weak statement, "Those documents are being taken out of context. Nothing was stolen." But nobody bought it. The internet dragged him again, labeling him the downfall of his own empire. Erika, of course, taunted again. She posted a photo of designer bags lined up neatly, captioned "Blessings on blessings." Yandy saw it, her body trembling with rage, but instead of collapsing this time, she smirked. "Let her enjoy it," she told Spice, "because when karma comes, she wished she never mocked me." The scandal had grown into a cultural storm. Songs were written about it, podcasts dedicated whole seasons, YouTube channels racked up millions analyzing every twist. Even people outside the hip-hop world chimed in, politicians, athletes, influencers, all weighing in on the betrayal. But through it all, one truth remained. Yandy's heartbreak had become her rebirth. Every humiliation made her stronger. Every insult turned into armor. The fans crowned her the Phoenix of Atlanta, a woman who rose from ashes no matter how many times flames tried to consume her. The storm only grew louder with time. Days turned into weeks, but the scandal refused to fade. Every club DJ in Atlanta slipped Yandy's name or Erika's shade into their mixes. Radio callers argued live on air, some shouting, "Erika knew what she was doing," while others yelled back, "Don't forget, Mendeecees is the one who said the vows." Yandy stayed busy, pushing herself to appear strong. She launched new projects, partnered with charities, and every appearance became a viral moment. Paparazzi photos of her in sleek outfits with a calm smile spread across social media with captions like "Queen behavior" and "Rising through the fire." Her supporters grew louder, dubbing her the face of resilience. But Erika wasn't letting go. She thrived on the chaos, posting videos with captions like, "Still standing, still shining." One clip showed her dancing in a club, ring flashing under strobe lights. "Look at me," she said to the camera, unbothered. Comments exploded instantly. "Erika, you're toxic," one fan wrote. Another typed, "Queen of petty." The world couldn't look away. Mendeecees spiraled further. Once a man respected for surviving hard times, now he was branded as the villain of his own story. Fans booed him in public. Restaurants refused to serve him. And one viral video showed someone throwing a drink at him, shouting, "That's for Yandy." He kept his hood low in every sighting, his voice small in every leaked clip. The cast of Love and Hip Hop weighed in too, each one adding fuel to the fire. Carly Red sat in her confessional chair, shaking her head dramatically. "I warned her. I told her. Men like that, they don't change." And Erika, Messy is her middle name, Spice, with her usual fire, clapped her hands in her own confessional. "Let me tell you something, Yandy is a queen. What they did to her, unforgivable. I don't care what excuse Mendeecees has. Betrayal is betrayal." Clips of the cast reactions hit the internet instantly. Fans are shocked. Emotions ran high. Hashtags flew like sparks. Hashtag, "Justice for Yandy." Hashtag, "Erika the HOMEWRECKER." Hashtag, "Mendeecees exposed." The biggest twist came when unseen footage from the reunion leaked. An unaired segment where Erika and Yandy nearly came to blows. In the clip, Erika leaned across the couch, smirking, "You'll always be the woman he settled for. I'm the one he really wanted." The audience gasped. Crew members rushed in, and Yandy shot up screaming, "Say that again. Say it to my face." The video spread like wildfire, fans replaying it millions of times, arguing in the comments. After the leak, Erika posted a cryptic message, "Truth hurts." Fans dragged her for days. One tweet went viral, "She isn't just messy, she's cruel. Mocking a woman's pain isn't power, it's pathetic." But Erika's defenders pushed back. "She just speaking facts." Yandy mad at the wrong person. And then, as if the universe wanted more chaos, Erika was spotted out at a jewelry store with Mendeecees. Blurry paparazzi photos showed them laughing, her hand brushing his arm. Round 2. Blogs screamed, "He's still with her." Fans lost their minds, timelines melting down again. Yandy's response was quiet but sharp. She posted a photo of herself in a power suit, captioned, "Some crowns can't be stolen." The post broke the internet, pulling millions of likes, celebrities flooding the comments with praise. "The Queen has spoken," one wrote. But behind the scenes, Yandy's pain lingered. In private, she whispered to Spice, "Everywhere I go, I hear her name. Every time I open my phone, I see his face with hers. How do I heal when the world won't let me forget?" Spice hugged her tight. "You don't forget, sis. You outshine. You make them regret ever thinking they could dim your light." Mendeecees, however, began to crack under pressure. Friends leaked stories of him drinking too much, pacing alone in hotel hallways, muttering, "I lost everything. I lost her. I lost respect. I lost my name." Insiders claimed he called Yandy late at night, begging for forgiveness, but she never picked up. And then came the bombshell interview. Erika sat down with a talk show host, dressed in diamonds, her eyes cold. "Yes, I married him," she said, her voice calm. "And no, I don't regret it. Because regret is for weak people. I did what I did, and the world can deal with it." The studio gasped. The clip hit the internet within minutes, and fans erupted again. Erika finally admits it. One wrote, another screamed, "She really has no soul." The interview cemented her as the unapologetic villain, while Yandy rose higher as the wronged queen. Atlanta itself felt like it was divided into two armies, Team Yandy and Team Erika. Murals appeared on walls, one showing Yandy in a crown with flames behind her. Another graffiti mocking Erika with snake imagery. Every street corner carried the weight of their war. And through it all, one truth grew clearer. No matter how much Erika mocked, no matter how much Mendeecees begged, Yandy was already walking a new path. One where betrayal turned into strength, and heartbreak turned into legend. Weeks turned into months, but the fire refused to die. Everywhere Yandy went, the whispers followed. Strangers hugged her in airports. Women cried telling her, "You're speaking for all of us who've been betrayed." She would smile softly, but when she got back in her car, the silence pressed against her like a heavy coat. Erika, meanwhile, leaned deeper into the spotlight. She appeared at clubs, paparazzi flashes surrounding her, reporters asking, "Do you love him? Do you regret anything?" She would only smirk and toss her hair, saying, "Regret is for people who lost. I'm still winning." Those words trended instantly, turning into soundbites, remixes, and memes that divided fans all over again. Mendeecees became a ghost of himself. Once proud and confident, now he shuffled through hotel lobbies with his hood up, ducking cameras. Insiders whispered that he barely ate, barely slept, muttering the same phrase over and over, "I ruined everything." The breaking point came when Yandy finally filed. Court documents leaked, stamped with her name, her signature. The internet erupted. "It's official." Headlines screamed, "Queen cuts ties for good." Fans posted videos of themselves celebrating, crying tears of relief for her. Hashtags soared. Hashtag free Yandy. Hashtag Queen moves. Hashtag done with Mendeecees. Erika responded within hours with a cruel post, a photo of her sipping champagne. Captioned, "Out with the old, in with the new." Comments blew up with fury. "You're disgusting. No shame at all. Karma coming soon." But still, the post hit millions of likes. She thrived on being hated, feeding off the outrage. Yandy remained silent, and her silence was more powerful than words. Her team released one statement: Yandy will no longer be addressing this situation. Her focus is on her family, her career, and her future. Fans praised her dignity, calling it the perfect final word. But Spice wasn't quiet. In her own live, she blasted Erika and Mendeecees. "Y'all clowns," she shouted, her voice shaking with rage. "You destroyed a good woman and you think it's cute. Nah, Atlanta sees you. The world sees you." Fans flooded her comments with blue hearts, praising her loyalty. The scandal reached such heights that even celebrities outside the hip-hop world commented. Singers, actors, athletes, they all weighed in. One R&B star tweeted, "Yandy is proof that no matter how strong you are, betrayal can break anyone. Sending her love." The tweet went viral, reposted everywhere. And yet, Erika kept her claws in the story. She teased that she and Mendeecees were working on a project together. Blogs screamed, "New show, new deal, new chaos." Fans argued endlessly, some swearing it was a stunt, others saying it proved he had chosen Erika for good. But the truth was, Mendeecees was unraveling. During one club appearance with Erika, fans booed him so loudly that he walked off stage after just 3 minutes. Cameras caught him whispering to her, "I can't do this." The video leaked, and the internet dragged him mercilessly. "You wanted Erika, now deal with her," one fan wrote. Yandy, on the other hand, glowed brighter than ever. She appeared on the cover of a major magazine, dressed in gold, the headline reading, "From Heartbreak to Rebirth." Inside the interview, she said softly, "Yes, I was betrayed. Yes, I collapsed. But I stood back up, and I will never fall the same way again." The magazine sold out instantly. Fans framed the cover, using it as a symbol of survival. "She's our phoenix," one wrote. Erika tried to overshadow it by announcing a new reality series centered on her life with Mendeecees. The trailer dropped, filled with staged smiles, laughter, fancy dinners. But instead of praise, it was met with scorn. "Fake," fans commented. "We don't want to see this mess." Ratings predictions plummeted. Critics slammed it as tone-deaf. The more Erika pushed, the stronger Yandy became. And slowly, the tide turned. Erika's clout dwindled, her comments filled with hate instead of hype. Mendeecees faded into the background, a man without love, without respect, without a home. But yet, she walked taller, stronger, shining with the knowledge that she had survived the worst betrayal imaginable. And that is how the story closed its chapter, not with Erika's smirk, not with Mendeecees' shame, but with Yandy standing alone, undefeated, the queen who refused to be broken. The scandal had already shaken Atlanta to its core. But just when people thought the dust might finally settle, new revelations kept surfacing, each one more shocking than the last. Fans thought they had seen everything when Yandy collapsed in tears and Erika flaunted her so-called victory. But whispers started circulating of something even darker. Secret deals, hidden accounts, and private conversations that threatened to expose the entire truth in ways no one expected. One night, a well-known blogger went live, claiming to have receipts. The internet froze, thousands joining the stream within minutes. The blogger waved a folder at the camera, saying, "I have the documents that prove this scandal goes way deeper than what we saw. This wasn't just about love, it was about money, about business, about betrayal on levels y'all haven't even imagined yet." The chat exploded. "Drop the receipts. Show us now. Protect Yandy at all costs." When the screenshots finally appeared, the world gasped. Emails between Mendeecees and Erika discussing not just their marriage, but financial moves behind Yandy's back. "If we put this in your name, no one can touch it," one line read. Another said, "Yandy will never know." Fans are shocked. Emotions ran high. The betrayal wasn't just emotional now. It was financial, strategic, deliberate. Yandy sat in her living room when Spice showed her the leak. Her face went pale, her hands trembling as she scrolled through the evidence. "He didn't just cheat on me," she whispered. "He robbed me. He planned this with her." Spice slammed her fist on the table, shouting, "Nah, this ain't just betrayal, this is war. You need to take them both down." Social media erupted with fury. "Lock them up." Fans screamed, "Yandy deserves justice." Hashtags trended worldwide. The scandal had now crossed from messy love triangle to potential legal war. Reporters camped outside the courthouse, speculating if Yandy would sue, if charges would be filed, if Mendeecees and Erika could face consequences. Erika, of course, mocked it all. She went live, sipping wine with that same smirk. "Y'all believe anything the internet shows you," she said, rolling her eyes. "Half those receipts are fake. The truth is, he came to me because he wanted a real woman, not a brand." Let's be honest, Yandy's been playing house for the cameras for years. The comments section caught fire. "How dare you? You'll never be her. You're finished." But Erika laughed it off, feeding off the outrage. Mendeecees, cornered, tried to issue a statement. "I never intended to hurt Yandy or take from her. The situation has been twisted by people who want to see us fail." But fans didn't buy it. The internet dragged him mercilessly, calling him a liar, a manipulator, a man who destroyed everything he touched. Yandy remained silent for days, and her silence became the loudest weapon. Finally, she broke it with one post, a simple black square with white letters reading, "The truth always comes out." Nothing more. That post alone gained millions of likes, celebrities reposting it, fans flooding the comments with hearts and crowns. But the drama wasn't finished. Insiders leaked that producers were planning a spin-off special, dedicated entirely to the scandal, the collapse of a marriage, one flyer teased. Fans went wild, demanding front-row seats to watch the chaos unfold again in raw detail. The special aired weeks later, pulling record ratings. It opened with clips of Yandy crying, Erika laughing, Mendeecees begging, But then came the bombshell unseen footage of a confrontation in a hotel hallway. In the clip, Yandy cornered Mendeecees, shouting, "Did you ever love me, or was it all a lie?" His voice cracked as he replied, "I loved you, but I was weak." The audience gasped, tears streaming down faces as they watched. Emotions ran high. The family was left divided once again, and fans screamed online, "Weak. He calls that an excuse." Yandy deserved better every step of the way. After the special, interviews flooded in. Carly Red told one outlet, "This is the messiest I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot." Spice told another, "That man doesn't deserve a second chance. Not now, not ever." Even old cast members weighed in, their comments reigniting old feuds. And just when it seemed the scandal had peaked, Erika dropped another twist. She claimed she was pregnant. She posted a photo of her hand over her stomach with the caption, "Blessings multiply." The internet exploded instantly. "No way. She's lying for clout. If this is true, it's over for Yandy." Fans argued endlessly. Blogs dissected the photo. Insiders claimed they had proof. Others said it was fake. Yandy saw the post and whispered, "God help me." Spice hugged her tight, swearing, "Fake or not, she ain't breaking you again." Mendeecees stayed silent on the rumor, which only fueled speculation. Was it true? Was it another ploy? The uncertainty drove the internet insane, timelines filled with endless debates. Through it all, Yandy transformed. Her heartbreak became her brand, her dignity her weapon. She signed new deals. Her following doubled. Her name trended for resilience instead of pain. Every appearance became an anthem of survival. "She's unstoppable," fans said. She turned betrayal into power. And in the background, Mendeecees crumbled further. Alone, ashamed, a man who had everything and lost it all. As the dust begins to settle, one truth remains unshakable. What the world witnessed was not just another storyline, not just another reality TV spat, but the total collapse of a love story fans once believed was unbreakable. Yandy's tears, her collapse, her silence turned into strength, all became the heartbeat of this scandal. Mendeecees' downfall. From the man she stood by through thick and thin to the man who crumbled under the weight of his own choices, became a cautionary tale. And Erika, with her endless smirks, her cryptic posts, her unbothered facade, cemented herself as the unapologetic villain in one of the most unforgettable sagas Atlanta has ever seen. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided in ways that may never be healed. Friends chose sides, siblings turned their backs, cousins threw shade, and the internet crowned its queen. Yandy rose from her heartbreak like a phoenix, while Erika chased her own spotlight, and Mendeecees was left wandering in the ruins of the empire he helped destroy. The question that still lingers, was it all worth it? Did a secret marriage, a moment of weakness, a betrayal so deep that it shook millions, really bring happiness to anyone? Even now, the rumors don't stop. Some say Erika is pregnant, others claim the documents prove Mendeecees planned this betrayal for months. And whispers spread that producers want another reunion to bring the storm back to life. The truth is, no matter what new twist comes, the memory of Yandy collapsing in tears, screaming "Love doesn't live here anymore," will never fade. That moment became history. That moment defined a generation of fans who will never look at love and loyalty the same way again. But the story isn't over. You watching right now, you've seen the tears, the betrayals, the laughter, the mockery. You've witnessed a woman broken and rebuilt in front of your very eyes. You've seen the snake-like smirk of a rival who thrived on pain, and the hollow eyes of a man who lost it all. Now it's your turn to decide how this story lives on. Do you stand with Yandy, the queen who turned pain into power? Do you believe Mendeecees deserves forgiveness after destroying everything? Or do you see Erika as the bold truth-teller, unafraid of the world's hate? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Whose side are you on? Are you Team Yandy, Team Erika? Or do you believe Mendeecees deserves another chance? Let your voice be heard, because this isn't just their story anymore. It belongs to every fan who cried, who screamed, who stayed up all night dissecting every post and every leak. And while you're here, don't forget to like this video if you believe betrayal has consequences. Hit that subscribe button if you believe queens like Yandy deserve to rise. And turn on your notifications so you never miss the next twist. Because in this world, every day brings another revelation, another leak, another heartbreak. Remember, the cameras may turn off, the lights may dim, but the echoes of this scandal will never die. This was more than a marriage, more than a betrayal. This was the moment love and hip-hop history was rewritten. So tell us, what do you think happens next? Will Yandy find new love? Will Erika's arrogance finally catch up with her? Will Mendeecees ever earn redemption? or is he destined to walk alone? The story may have reached its conclusion tonight, but the saga continues with you. Your comments, your voice, your opinions are what keep this fire burning. So scroll down now, leave your truth, and join the army of fans who will never forget the night Yandy collapsed, the night Erika laughed, and the night Mendeecees lost everything. Don't just watch, be part of the story. Like, comment, subscribe, and let the world know exactly where you stand in the greatest betrayal Atlanta has ever seen.